Okay, my name is Jed McKeehan, and today we're going to talk about what happens after you've won a trial. We've gone through all the legal steps we've talked about in our previous videos. You've actually had the trial and you've won. Now we're going to talk about what happens after that. And of course, in a trial, you're usually seeking a monetary judgment. Well, the defendant or the losing party has, depending on what court you're in, 10 to 30 days to appeal that judgment. And if they appeal that judgment, then obviously there's a new judge, more time for other documents to be filed, arguments to be made, so you still can't collect your money at that time. And but if they don't appeal the judgment, then if they may not pay after the time has passed voluntarily. So at that point, you may have to take your judgment and file it with the Register of Deeds, so that any property they sell, they would then have to satisfy that judgment. You may have to go file an attachment to attach their vehicle so you can sell them. You may have to do a post-judgment deposition, asset deposition, to see what kind of assets they have that will satisfy that judgment. So those are some of the things that you may encounter after you've actually won a judgment. And of course, another thing that you may want to watch out for is if you get a judgment for $1 million against someone who's bankrupt or has no assets whatsoever, it really isn't going to do you any good because you're not going to be able to collect it. So those are some of the things that you may encounter after a trial takes place, or to consider even before you file a lawsuit. You don't want to file a lawsuit against someone who is non-collectible. So that is something to consider throughout the process as you're going forward with your litigation. So this has been our series of videos talking about the legal processes and the steps that go into it normally. In some videos we'll be going through in the future, we may talk about specific issues like mediation and arbitration and the difference between those. But I wanted to thank you for watching these videos, and hopefully you learned a little something about the legal process.